In the top stories, the Deputy Prime Minister hails relationship between St. Kitts and Nevis and Taiwan. Emergency Medical Responder Course graduation ceremony held, and NEMA monitoring weather conditions, no serious impacts reported. The details on these stories and more after the break.
Black Friday deals start now, only at Courts Optical. Save up to 80% off your purchase. Get the latest in eyewear fashion with frames starting at just $99. Payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.courtsoptical.com. It's easy and convenient. Black Friday sale starts now with up to 80% off frames as low as $99. Only at Courts Optical. Value you can see.
Mosoka, 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 mosoka.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Carla Berridge. Deputy Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley says the relationship between St. Kitts and Nevis and the Republic of China Taiwan is one that has benefited the Federation in diverse areas of human endeavor. He was at the time speaking at the launch of the 3-day 2022 Taiwan Expo at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort on the weekend.
The relationship with Taiwan is now 39 years and going strong. And as we look forward to our 40th anniversary next year, I am indeed proud to say that I am a Kittitian and I value the many contributions that we have gained as a federation as a result of this relationship. And I can only imagine that it will grow from strength to strength.
26 Taiwanese companies are taking part in the exhibition, and 2 of them that specialize in solar energy solutions and hardware tools such as diamond cutters and sharpeners have a physical representation. 8 local businesses have also been given the opportunity to exhibit at the expo. Minister Hanley commended the businesses that are taking advantage of the exposure.
A few days ago, getting a sneak peek of what is happening by one of our providers here, trying to sell something to the Ministry of Education. After 5 minutes of demonstration, I told the PS, we will get this. So I want to commend our local entrepreneurs and our innovators to ask them to continue to jump out of the box.
The 2022 Taiwan Expo wrapped up on Monday. Officers of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force and the St. Kitts and Nevis Fire and Rescue Services are better equipped to deal with emergencies that require initial medical attention following the hosting of an emergency medical responder course earlier this year. The course, which was conducted in collaboration with the Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College, was held for 12 weeks from March 28th to June 17th. At a graduation ceremony on Monday to officially close the course, Dean of the CFBC, Dr. Rondalyn Bradshaw, spoke of the importance of this type of course.
Law enforcement officers trained in an emergency medical responder course not only provide immediate medical treatment to citizens, but can also save the lives of their fellow officers. Today's law enforcement officers are trained to perform a variety of tasks, to include responding to calls for service where citizens have sustained severe life-threatening injuries. And as you all know, gone are the days where officers call for an ambulance and then wait for them to arrive while victims or suspects bleed to death. Members of the community in St. Kitts Nevis expect officers to begin medical treatment immediately in hopes of saving lives.
Presenting the students' perspective, Fire Substation Officer Timothy Martin offered an outline of the coursework.
We had 7 modules in which to gain knowledge. They were preparation, patient assessment, airway and ventilation, medical emergencies, illness and injury, emergency medical responder operations, and last but not least, infants and children. The classwork was done virtually, which included video presentations, assignments, and the constant and consistent weekly exams, while the practical demonstrations were conducted in person.
Acting Chief Fire Officer Garfield Hodge thanked the CFBC's Division of Health Sciences for accommodating the officers and encouraged the participants to put what they learned into practice.
I am indeed thankful to Dr. Bratcher and the team for facilitating such a critical course that has indeed enhanced our response capacity. I wish now not only to charge my officers, but all participants to put into practice all that you have learned wherever and whenever applicable. Thus, ultimately, I must say, this ultimately will be down to a much safer St. Kitts and Nevis for both residents and visitors.
The graduation ceremony wrapped up with the distribution of certificates by Chief of Police Hilroy Brandy and Dean of the CFBC, Dr. Rondalyn Bradshaw. Officials of the National Emergency Management Agency say that there has been no serious impact on the island as a result of the heavy rains over the weekend, but they are urging the public to monitor the ongoing conditions. According to a statement, acting on the advice of NEMA and the Met Office, Acting Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, in consultation with the St. Kitts and Nevis Chamber of Industry and Commerce, urged the public and private sector to allow staff to be released at 2 p.m. on Monday. The statement said this was done out of an abundance of caution, considering the persistent showers associated with the tropical storm Nicole. NEMA says the conditions are expected to continue throughout the night, so citizens and residents are encouraged to exercise extreme caution when crossing known waterways or guts, parking in guts, and should avoid being outside during the inclement weather. The present weather conditions have heightened the risk for the potential of flash flooding, rockfalls, and landslides. The Ministry of Constituency Empowerment, in partnership with the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association, SKNFA, and the 2022 Super 6 teams have committed to partnering in a community development and empowerment program through sports empowerment and ambassadorship. The 6 teams, SL Horsford St. Paul's United FC, St. Peter's FC, Sol IAS Connery FC, H.E. Garden Hotspurs, and Rams Village Superstars all agreed to the signing of a memorandum of understanding with the ministry. By signing the MOU, clubs signal their agreement to accept a grant of $10,000 for club development expenses. This includes being partners with footballers, football teams, or individuals who are associated with football who seek support in organizing football-related activities. Another condition of the MOU states that clubs will agree to adopt, support, and promote any of the 8 empowerment agendas, which include energy, water, food security, youth activism, education, climate action, culture, and sports development. Minister of Constituency Empowerment, Honorable Dr. Joel Clark, said the government realizes the social impact of sporting groups in communities. As such, it will create programs through which the groups can be further developed, and in this case, the SKNFA teams will benefit from small club development grants that are intended to support club expenses at the community level. These grants will assist with better club organization and enhancement. After the break, 250 medical personnel undergoing critical life support training and Youth Month to be commemorated with several activities. Stay with us.
Elevate your experience with Flow's fiber-fast internet and mobile combined. Enjoy double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines, plus up to 35 megabits per second home internet speed at the best rate, giving you the best value to stay connected. I think our Flow mobile is elevated.
You think?
An elevated experience starts with Flow at home, powering double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines at the best rate. Visit a Flow store to sign up today.
We're not only doubling, but we're tripling your cashback in this never-ending cashback season. Get triple cashback coupon with any FlexPay hire purchase at Hosford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store. Triple cashback.
Green means go with one rate.
Green means go with one rate. From Republic Bank, go green with hybrid or electric vehicles and it's one low rate. And we mean low. Go green with solar-powered air conditioners, grids, water heaters, and it's still the same low rate. Any green product, one low rate. Offer ends December 31st.
Green means go with one rate today.
Call or check your nearest branch for details.
Welcome back. Approximately 250 healthcare professionals in St. Kitts and Nevis, which includes 50 medical doctors, are now benefiting from a 3-day training course to equip them with the necessary life support skills and knowledge to provide care to patients in a wide variety of in-facility and pre-hospital settings. The Basic to Advanced Life Support course was held at the Ross University School of Veterinary Medicine and wrapped up on Sunday. It was conducted by CPR Solutions and saw the healthcare professionals trained in advanced cardiac life support, basic life support, and pediatric advanced life support. CPR Solutions is the National Training Center for the American Health Association. Prime Minister and Minister of Health, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, described the Basic to Advanced Life Support course as a strategic component of his administration's health agenda.
The benefits of these life support training from basic to advanced are far-reaching with an undeniable significant positive impact on the healthcare system. The government and the Ministry of Health by extension acknowledge the fact that this type of training is a public good, as was mentioned before, given the nature of the training and its impact on healthcare outcomes, individuals and communities. We are also aware that although the training curricula of health personnel such as doctors and nurses may contain some aspects of BLS, it requires continuous review and reinforcement to ensure the skills are retained and can be practiced and implemented to appropriately respond to a physiological life-threatening situation when necessary.
He noted that once you are in healthcare, you will encounter scenarios where this type of training will be critical.
These training components cannot be fully exhausted in a classroom. This is because although using this approach may provide knowledge to the students, without the real-time hands-on continuous practice of the acquired skill, this knowledge is prone to be forgotten. Hence, you have to redo these certification courses every 2 years. I am therefore extremely pleased that with the support of Ross University's School of Veterinary Medicine and the Heart Institute of the Caribbean and the government, the Ministry of Health is successfully engaging and re-engaging health personnel to equip them with life-saving skills of CPR and BLS, ALS, and PALS.
Upon conclusion of the Basic to Advanced Life Support course, the Ministry of Health intends to undertake customer service training and other specialization training for the nurses. As Youth Month continues on in November, the Ministry of Youth Empowerment and other groups will host several activities. They include Ministers' Youth Forum on November 15th, Skanaipa Mock Parliament on November 22nd, High School Chefs Competition on November 23rd, and the High School Choir Festival on the 29th. On November 30th, the Federal Parliament will convene a special sitting to celebrate the 25 most remarkable teens. Activities conclude on December 1st at the Youth Service Reception and Awards. Minister responsible for youth empowerment, Iseline Phillip, said that the government is committed to ensuring youth voices and perspectives are included at decision-making levels. Activities held so far include a fun day for persons living with disabilities on Friday, a youth service day and beach cleanup on Saturday, and an island bike ride on Sunday. The government has begun a waste separation and recycling process at government headquarters. The aim is to lead by example as they sensitize and engage citizens in managing their waste in a responsible manner. Dr. Marcus Natter, Cabinet Secretary, who once worked with chemicals and waste at the St. Kitts and Nevis Bureau of Standards, led the recycling initiative on Friday.
We here at the government believe, of course, that the environment is critically important to us here, especially as a small island developing state. And at government headquarters in particular, which is the center of government, is critically important for us to lead by example. And so if we want the general public to be more advocates for the environment and to protect the environment and to separate their waste, it must begin also with us here at government headquarters.
The initiative is a collaboration between the government and Let's Recycle SKN, a non-profit organization headed by Taiwan ICDF. The initiative is supported by members of government, including Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew and Minister of Environment Honorable Senator Dr. Joel Clark.
We're pleased today to have a group from Let's Recycle St. Kitts and Nevis with us, who are donating some recycle bins for us to do plastic bottle waste separation in particular. And we know that plastic is a major issue around the world, and especially here in St. Kitts and Nevis. We're very pleased to start this initiative today, and our custodians have played an important part in gathering data for us over several weeks, and the staff has already come on board and are assisting with separating the waste.
Joyce Chang, project manager of the Waste Management Project at Taiwan ICDF, said that the initiative will yield several benefits, including reducing the amount of waste going to the landfill and creating a pollution issue. Bins will be installed on each floor of government headquarters for plastic bottles. Signage will also be installed to help with the education drive. According to Dr. Natter, the idea is to expand the initiative throughout the entire government service. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs recently embarked on the same project to separate their waste. The St. Kitts Nevis Trades and Labour Union elected a new executive at its 83rd annual conference on October 30th. Guided by the theme, "The Time to Rebuild is Now," the conference saw the return of elected officers, President Sidney Bridgewater, Second Vice President James Pemberton, General Secretary Precious Mills, and Treasurer Tanessa Keynes Charles. Grenadine Pemberton has been elected as the Assistant General Secretary, a post previously occupied by Curtis Francis, who is now the newly elected First Vice President. Returning floor members include Nadine Natter, Michelle Slater, Sean Kelly, Eva Henderson, George Dixon, Stanley Franks Jr., Oscar Mills, Julian Morton, and newcomer Lloyd Rouse. In his address at the public session of the conference, President Bridgewater noted that the union remains relevant.
Our union remains quite relevant. And oftentimes it is the affected workers who can testify. This organization, however, needs workers to actively strengthen the vibrancy and publicity of what being a part of a union means to you. As this year's conference theme rightly says, the time to rebuild is now. The beautiful things about event themes is that we can all share our view and give our interpretation of what it applies to.
Leader of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, said the government will be addressing the issue of antiquated workers' rights legislations by exploring the implementation of an industrial court.
Our workers' rights legislation is antiquated. That is the word that he used, meaning that it's old, outdated, not responsive to modern day needs. And I do agree with that. And that was one of the campaign promises that we made. We not only say that we would address the issues of workers' rights, but we want to go as far as exploring the implementation of an industrial court, advancing even further the rights that our workers should enjoy. This court is critical and is part of the whole concept of time to rebuild now, but we build better.
7 long-standing members of the Trades and Labour Union were honored, quote, for unwavering service and dedication to the St. Kitts Nevis Trades and Labour Union over the years, end quote. They are President Sidney Bridgewater, Second Vice President James Pemberton, Eva Henderson, George Dixon, Stanley Franks Jr., Michelle Slater, and Charlotte Salters. There are plans to also honor union retiree member Ernest Wigley. The 2022 guest speaker was Robertine Webb, Director of the Creative Economy in the Ministry of Culture, who is also a professional dancer. Her topic was Creatives Are Workers. Coming up in regional news, St. Lucia Deputy Prime Minister outraged over gun display at a concert. The details were